Hey, what's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls alike? This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Samus 2011, and of course, Nintendo Anime Manga Guy 360, and I got my nice little coffee mug right here, which is really just with water. Chill stuff, real chill stuff. So, without further ado, let's begin. And I'm not going to have any little updates or anything. I'm probably going to have to do a two-part video on this, just putting it out there. So, I haven't said that in a while. just putting it out there. But I really like saying it a lot. It's cool. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, today, I know I already did like a versus thing on this one before with Samus Aran, aka, the Power Suit Samus from the Metroid series. But, I did her with Laura Croft before with Zero Suit Samus, but, this time I'm just going to leave the power suit on her this time. I was going to do Mega Man versus Samus, so it would make a little bit more sense because they would have been tied. Because they're both machines almost. Except one's human/machine, the other one's just pure machine. I don't know. But anyways, without further ado on that, this is going to be a fight between Samus Aran and Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. Of course, in the movie's played by Robert Downey Jr. Really amazing actor. I've actually done like 5 or 6 videos about a year or two ago when the whole Iron Man thing was still pretty big. I don't know if in Avengers 2 Age of Ultron he's going to be in that movie again. Hopefully he'll still be in it. Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark / Iron Man. So I'm really looking forward to it if it is. I'm definitely doing a movie review on that for this channel, of course, next year. And I'm still going to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because I still plan to do Captain America and Noah because I did see those 2 movies. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So pretty much, I will say this. I'm only going to get into the 5 basic things. I'm going to get into the origins of where these 2 characters came from, attacks and defense, which is number 2 and 3, overall weapons and everything like that, or superpowers, and then last but not least, the overall outcome of who would win, who would be the victor, and who would be the unfortunate loser, who would lose to a defeating death. I don't know. But without further ado now, let's really begin. So pretty much, I already went over through her concepts before, so I'm not going to get too much into detail with Samus Aran. Obviously, she was born in... Actually, I'm not sure she was born and raised on planet Zebus, but I know she was trained there by the Choza, or Chowza, however you want to say it. Some people call it Koza, some people call it Chowza. I like calling it Chowza. I don't know. But yeah, pretty much, she was born and raised pretty much her whole life there after her parents were unfortunately murdered by the space pirates. I think maybe Ridley's parents, I don't know. Not Ridley's parents. That killed Samus's parents when she was like 3-5 years old or something. And eventually the Choza, or Chowza, that's how I like to call it, the Chowza guardian aliens, they took her under their wing, and pretty much trained her like if that was their own flesh and blood daughter, which wasn't because she was a human, they were aliens, but she didn't have nowhere else to go because almost a lot of the humans were getting destroyed and stuff after a while. In the future, I think this is the year 3000 or something like that. Would be crazy as hell to believe that in 1,000 years or less from now that would actually happen, which I doubt it. I know one, but if it does, I know I'll be definitely going to be dead. I'm going to be dead way fucking past my death by then. Pretty much I'll be dead. I'll be gone. But yeah, other than that, besides her origins, she has like all these other things, which I'm going to get into the weapons. That's pretty much her whole backstory. What she came to be and why she is a soldier for the Starfleet Command. Not Starfleet Command, I think it was like Galactic Federation. That's what it is. That's the organization that she's with. Other than that, that's her whole little backstory now. As far as attacks and defense go, physical attacks, let me think. As far as that goes, I know in the Super Smash Bros. Melee 64 and Brawl, she has all these physical punch moves attached. She could do a lot of aerial kicks, hits, flips, whatever you want. She could do like little reverse I'm not sure, spinning top attacks, and what else? She could do sliding attacks with her arms or legs, etc. Nothing new there. Defense, not really much of it if she's Zero Suit Samus, but in Power Suit Samus it's really thick defense, It's a big ass fucking pile of armor she has in her. So there's that. And overall weapons, obviously a lot of you people should know about all the weapons I've gone through before, but just in case you haven't seen it before, I'll go into depth, barely go into a little bit of depth with it. I'm just going to name the titles of the weapons instead of just going into depth what they do. So she has the Freeze Beam, or better known as the Ice Beam, Plasma Beam, a Super Cannon Beam. I don't know if that's the same thing as she does a Super Smash Bros. Brawl. She does her Final Smash. She does that with that one thing with her arm. She goes boom, Many people know what I'm talking about. And there's a couple other pictures right there. That grappling hook beam that she has right there is really fucking awesome. The missile launcher is really freaking awesome as hell. Really cool stuff. What else does she have? That big giant super cannon right there. That's what I'm talking about. Big fucking energy blast. And other than that, she's able to toss people to the side just like she would in Melee or Brawl or anything like that. So yeah, pretty much Samus Aran in a whole. Really crazy kick-ass chick. Not a bitch to be fucked with under any circumstances, literally. And other than that, another reason why her weapons are really fucking cool besides grappling hook and all that, she has the thermal status one as well. I'm probably missing on a couple other things like her double jump. She's able to do that with her rocket boots and stuff. See invisible patterns like the X-ray vision that she has, which is really cool. I'm not sure. That's probably not considered an attack, but it's more like a special tactical force talent, I guess. And then I'm gonna get into the overall fight after I get into Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. So let's go on to Iron Man, aka played by Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark. So pretty much this guy right here. I'm sure you guys, if you can't see that or not, just something I can do there. Tony fucking Stark, Iron Man, aka played by Robert Downey Jr. And we're just talking about the character, not the actor right now. Well, pretty much in the movies, we've seen, and even in some of the video games and stuff, I'm not sure what most of his names are because I never really grew up reading the comic books. I only grew up playing maybe the old school 90s like Capcom games and shit like that, like Marvel vs. Capcom shit. Maybe the early 2000s edition too. But I will say this. His background origin, obviously, he's a billionaire like Pretty Boy. I'm not sure if a billionaire Pretty Boy, because in the movie concept adaptation of him, it had a really good motivation for him and like had a good backstory to him. I guess like his father, Howard Stark, which they show in Captain America, which I will be doing a Captain America 2 Winter Soldier review. Be on the lookout for that shit. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Excuse me. But other than that, I will say this, that what else was I going to say? But Tony Stark, you know, his father, Howard Stark, was like the CEO, billionaire corporation type of guy that like pretty much he made billions of dollars on making like militarized weapons for the government and shit like that so they could use them for going crazy evil deeds and purposes to fight wars against terror. So it's kind of like a real life concept, like what we would have now for like these fake little ass wars in Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan and shit. But that's more like alternative media stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing that till June. I did take a 2-month break so far. It's been 3 months already, so 2 more months I will be back on that shit. I'm still listening to alternative media news and shit like that, but I'm just not reporting on it right now. But other than that, pretty much Tony Stark, if I could get any other pictures, this guy's pretty much a badass motherfucker. I mean, look at all that. Fucking epic. But yeah, other than that, let's get on to like the rest of his origin stories. After his father, I think Howard Stark died or whatever, I guess he took over as the CEO, billionaire playboy Tony Stark, after his father Howard Stark passed away, because his father was an innovator, he was an inventor, he was really extremely very huge genius man, you know, extremely brilliant type of characteristics on the guy. And Tony Stark was the complete opposite of all that, because not only was he addicted to alcohol and a little bit of drugs and shit, but like he was pretty much a perv, you know. He always wanted to get with women, you know, pretty much fuck their pussies and shit, you know. And pretty much get a one-night stand with every woman that he can get, you know. Like, pretty much he was a ladies' man, you know. He was a smooth fucking talker. He pretty much got laid almost every night because he was a billionaire, obviously. And another concept was, after he went through all that, and of course the whole movie concept says it all, obviously, I'm not going to lie. He ends up getting kidnapped, and after a while, I'm not sure how the comic book version adaptation is, but I remember the movie one real well. He gets trapped inside this like cave, and these terrorists or whatever, some Arab terrorists, you know, no surprise there with the stereotype. No offense to you guys if you're Arab, but I will say this, that what's his name? He ends up getting trapped, and he finally makes an Iron Man. So he was supposed to make a suit for the terrorist, but instead of the terrorist, he actually ends up making a suit for himself so he can escape. And this whole thing, you know, pretty much takes off the idea from there. After they rip open his heart or something like that, and like has his like energy blaster or whatever. I don't know any of the names for any of his weapons except like the proton cannon, which I'll get to in his weapons form. But I know this thing's dragging out for a long time. But if you haven't seen the movie, I'm just gonna let the whole movie explain it to you, so you guys can watch the movie. I don't have any links for that. You can just rent it on Blu-ray, go on Netflix, and check it out yourself. But yeah, other than that, Tony Stark, he had pretty much a easy ass life. until he ends up getting kidnapped, and he's got to save the world from justice from bad guys, and then the Avengers after that. And he ends up getting a little traumatized after he gets sucked into that alien vortex in the Avengers. If you haven't seen the first movie, definitely damn well looking forward to the 2015 one, because only the two things we got this year was Captain America 2 Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy, which I can't fucking wait until... I thought it was May it was coming out. It was actually coming out in August. And of course, X-Men Days of Future Past, we got that coming out as far as superhero movies go. There's probably maybe a few other ones I left out, but it's not in my mind right now. But yeah, that's all, pretty much the whole origin story. I probably left out a couple other things on him. So now let's talk about attacks and defense as far as physical stuff goes. As far as him being physically effective without his iron suit, he's pretty much fucking, how can I say this in another way? He's pretty much a worm without leaves, you know? He's pretty much a knight in shining armor without the shining armor. That's what he is. Indiana Jones. He's even like Indiana Jones without his whip. That's how very weak it can be in attack physically. Defensive-wise, I'm not sure. I guess he's pretty weak there too, so unfortunately he loses in both of those categories. So, number 3. Number 4, let's talk about the weapons now. Weapons, he got a shit ton of fucking weapons. He's got that big giant blaster crystal beam that comes out of his fucking chest. And then the first one I know is like a circle, and after that it turns into a triangle or whatever. And the second and third one, and he gets his bleeding edge suit. I think that's what it's called. These two other guys, I know, shout out to K-Mac, he actually did a video on it, which he didn't really do the video. It was some other dude that did the video. I'm not sure what their names were, but they're pretty decent. A lot of people said they were shitty commentators, but I thought they were real decent. Not the best of the best, but they were still damn good. They were pretty high up there to me in my opinion. Yeah, so there's that. He's got those little mini smart bombs. He's got a smart bomb. He's got the proton cannon, like I said earlier. It uses in Marvel vs. Capcom. There's that concept, and he's got the ability to fly, obviously, as you can see here in the back. What else do I have? There's those little energy blasters that he does, which is fucking crazy. He's got the power to produce fire out of his fucking hands in there. He's got a big giant smartphone as a fucking head, so that really doesn't count as a weapon, but as far as tactical thinking and strategies go, that sort of helps in the long run. And he's got the power of flight, obviously. That's the biggest one that he has. And his other super form suits or whatever, he's able to put all his suits back together into one instead of just making it into one giant suit. And then of course in Iron Man 2, you get that little powered portable suit that he takes with him. It's really fucking crazy. But yeah, other than that, another weapon I think he might have laser beams. I doubt if he does, but he's able to use these smart bombs out of his hands every time he goes like that. I know it's a very terrible fucking sound effect, but he's got those kind of blasters. I remember the first time he had that little smart missile bomb that he had. Really fucking crazy there. And he's got obviously super strength. Obviously, that's not new there. I will be talking about weaknesses maybe in another video, but the only weaknesses I know he has is he's really bad against fire type opponents and bad guys and freezing ice opponents, I guess. And yeah, other than that, let's see the overall outcome. So I know they actually did a little fight sequence too. The one that came out was showing that video off to his subscribers is really fucking awesome, which is mine. And it's not my video. I'm a subscriber. He's a really fucking cool guy. Definitely check that dude out. He is a fucking boss. But other than that, after that, what happens is they go into this little suit and they say Samus Aran wins. I guess on the physical side, and me being a Nintendo fanboy, along with Sony, because I still love all my PS1, PS2, PS3 games. They're old school classical. I'm not sure if PS3 would be considered old school yet, because I know PS4 is around these days now, so that would be the current gen right now. But I will say this, Samus Aran versus fucking Tony Stark. Let's talk weapon-wise. As far as that goes, I think Tony Stark in that category, he would probably win over Samus Aran. Because in a way, you got Marvel, the whole Marvel universe representing on his side versus the Nintendo franchise. On the Nintendo franchise is pretty fucking huge when it comes to the old school stuff. When it comes to Marvel, their whole comic database thing is pretty big, and their games are pretty decent. But when Nintendo comes up to the scene, who's one of the first platformers to ever kick the living shit out of any other old school thing like Atari was, or extremely old PC games, I don't know. That's how it was at that time. That was the only two competitors Nintendo had. Now they got, Sony, PlayStation. I know it's a rival, but I still love their shit too. The Xbox One, Microsoft, I'm not going to get too much into that. I've gone into it way too many times last year. And what else? I don't think this one's really a threat. I doubt it. That Ouya thing, I don't really know too much about it, but I do know it's got in classic arcade games, but I'm not really crazy about those. I do like my arcade shit just once in a while, but I usually download it off maybe my PC or some shit, I don't know, as an emulator. But let's get back to the fight at hand. And Tony Stark, as far as his weapons go, to speed compared to Samus Aran, I know she has that supercharge. I completely forgot about that supercharge ability that she does in the Game Boy Advance, like Metroid Zero Fusion or Zero Mission. I remember she did that one when I used to have that game. And I know she does that too. And as far as her speed compared to Tony Stark's, aka Iron Man, in a way he could do sonic booms very fucking fast, so in a way as far as speed goes, they're trying to do speed fights, like punching the shit out of each other. Tony Stark will probably win in that category. And then Samus Aran, as far as her stuff goes, they both got power bombs, so they're kind of tied in that category right there. And I know they say she trained under like a 10,000 times like more harsher gravity than Tony Stark did, you know, because he was on planet Earth. But like I said, the weapons thing, you can't argue with that, you know. Even though she's like a super athlete in a way, but I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, as much as I love Samus Aran, I love it. Physical wise, I want to say, not because he's just a guy, I'm not trying to make this about, like, you know, sexist, I'm not trying to sound sexist, but in a way, if I had to give the trophy to either one of these champions, or championesses, if you want to go with females, I would say, in my opinion, weaponry wise and like strength wise, I want to say like with this power suit, because without it he'd be pretty much fucking dead. Tony Stark may actually win this by maybe 5-10% chance, you know. As far as me being a Nintendo fanboy, I'd probably say Samus Aran would kick the living shit out of Tony Stark if he didn't have his power suit. But with the power suit, overall I'm probably going to give this thing a tie. As far as weapons go, he'd be the victor, but overall I'm going to have to get this fight a tie. You know, Samus Aran is a really good ass fighter, same with Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, but as far as I've grown up with a lot more like Nintendo stuff than I do with Marvel and DC, because I didn't really grow up watching comics, adaptations of superheroes, I mostly watch the TV animated cartoon series instead. That's how I feel about it, you know? Like I used to watch Batman the animated series and Superman the animated series, and a little bit of the old school Justice League even before I was born. I used to watch on the Cartoon Network Classics or something, you know? So as far as this guy Tony Stark goes versus this chick right here, Samus Aran, I would have to say they go about very extremely powerful fucking moves, you know? They got it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. You know, Robert Downey Jr. is a guy's a really fucking funny ass actor, I'm not gonna lie. He can be serious at times too, which is cool. Hopefully he's in the next Avengers too, but that's all I have to say for now. So this match is gonna be a tie. That's all I gotta say. So in the next two ones, I'll probably try to do maybe a Mega Man one or whatever. I haven't done anything Pokemon related in about a week, so it's not that long. But I might try to do something there. Like, I know I saw some people in the comments, not in my comments, but in his comments saying, you should do Pokemon versus Digimon, so I might do something like that. We'll see what happens. But like I always do say, is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See, when I see you guys, have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't do reckless. See you soon. See you around. Peace out, ladies. Goodbye. I'll talk to you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this versus fight. There's plenty more in the future that I will definitely be recording soon. And yeah, be easy, take care, and have a good day, alright? I'm out. See you soon.